So what we're gonna see here is a RealSense scan put inside the game, and we're gonna show. And Ilham here is going to show us right here. This is Skyrim, and we're gonna see a scanned torso, scanned person inside the game. So there it is. You can see.
All right, so I'm going to move him away from the wall and
In the sunlight.
into the sunlight.
Yeah.
All right, so there you can see my partner Gary Weil
Yeah.
has been put into the game.
So that's what RealSense does.
Sense enables this, and then there's a software company called Uranium that works on a variety of games. So they will let you modify Fallout 4, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto, Counter-Strike Go, Left 4 Dead 2, and a few games that are coming. The Uranium demo is free, so you can go to uranium.com. It's spelled Uraniom.
Okay.
And it's an example of a company that's taking advantage of what people can do with the RealSense scans that they get.
Okay. You talked about 3D. We saw a little demo of 3D. Is it consumer ready right now?
So FreeD is a combination of camera technology and broadcasting technology. Intel recently acquired the company FreeD. We announced this technology at CES, and the companies that will announce it would be the agencies that are using it in their markets for their products. So either World Cup or NBA or the NFL. So you're going to see those agencies making this technology available. To get the most out of it, you're going to benefit by having a latest generation platform. So it's designed to use 6th generation core. So this could be one of those types of applications that generates a purchase driver among users. I don't have anything to demonstrate yet. I only have the information that we've shared at CES, but I'm excited to come back on my next trip to India and demonstrate what's available in the market.
That's great. Let's talk about the 6th gen Intel Core processors which are coming right now. So what plans Intel has for the 6th gen processors and for India as well?
So I'm very excited about the current 6th generation core based Pentiums. The Pentium dual core has an interesting place in the marketplace because people assume that the Pentium quad core products are faster. They're typically 4 to 7 watts and mostly focused on very small form factors. The Pentium dual core, however, when based on our 6th generation core processor technology, provides excellent performance at very good value. So with the Pentium dual core being a 15 watt thermal design point part, you've got the performance to do those workloads that you're familiar with in core, but yet because it's only 15 watts compared to previous laptop processors like that were 35 watts, many of the older platforms are very high power, so they don't have very long battery life. You're going to get this experience where it's got the performance of core and the battery life like Atom. So, and in the new 2-in-1 form factors at under $500, I think it could help India get that 15-inch device they want that adapts to their environment. So when you're sitting in the middle seat and you can't get your elbows out, you can bend the laptop to fit whatever environment you're in. And Pentium dual core based on 6th gen is the processor that will get the value for money and the performance that people require.
Talking about entertainment, we saw you touched upon the Iris graphics which are coming with the new 6th gen processors. Can you tell us more about that?
So Iris is one of those platforms that makes a lot of sense when you're trying to squeeze as much into a small amount of space, whether it's a small form factor desktop or to get the most battery power out of your mobile platform. Iris gives you that balance of great graphics, but without requiring lots of power. And it's as powerful as 80% of the mainstream graphics in the marketplace today. So it's that, if you think about the U platform, dual core, 15 watts, Iris gives you that extra graphics performance, and we've been on a trend improving our graphics performance generation over generation, and the latest 6th gen Iris is phenomenal. So great video, great playback, great gaming, but not sacrificing mobility and battery power.
I saw you were still the 6th Gen came out with the unlocked cores, with the 6th Gen K processors, which are coming without heat sinks and used to come with fans and CPU coolers. They are not coming with that. It's just the processor for gamers, for enthusiasts out there. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I can. If you have unbridled, unparalleled performance demands, the unlocked mobile processor will allow you to achieve whatever it is you're looking to do. Behind me, I have the MSI Dragon, and it's currently using its performance to help me stream real-time the feed from 6 cameras, and we're creating a 360-degree video at very high resolution and then streaming to devices around the room. That's possible because of the performance of the 6th generation quad-core unlocked version.
The Coke,
Not very portable,
yeah,
very high performance.
very high performance. We saw there were some new SKUs coming with the new K processors. We also saw ASUS announcing in H, which is like water cooled U processor mixture, some kind. Tell us more about that.
Well, anything that has the H indicates that it's a 45 watt power profile TDP, thermal design point, and quad core. So it's either Core i5 or Core i7. And the HQ or HK platforms are part of our performance perspective if you look at how we're segmenting performance. So it's the 45 watt profile. That kind of performance is great for gaming, usually paired with a very high-end extreme card, or great for video editing, where you can take advantage of the graphics that you've got inside the processor and you're using it mostly for compute. That's the platform for those that have no compromises when it comes to performance.
Intel is doing much on storage as well. So we saw 3DX Point coming out in this year, probably next year. What is the time frame and what are the expectations from the 3DX Point?
So 3D XPoint memory technology is the memory technology that's going to enable SSDs to phenomenally become faster than those based on NAND. When you take 3D XPoint technology and combine it with Intel chipsets that understand 3D XPoint, you now have Intel Optane memory. And so for motherboards, Intel Optane memory is going to give you a chance to combine that memory with your storage system and accelerate it considerably. So you can look to platforms coming out in 2017 that take advantage of Intel Optane memory to remove the bottleneck caused by storage today without increasing the price significantly like SSDs can do.
What we've heard that Intel Optane will be coming out for enterprise editions later this year, and we might see it coming out to consumer products later next year. What are the partners or what processes which might be different from what marketing strategy will be different from the current gen Intel SSDs you're selling right now?
Well, you're going to find that Intel Optane memory and 3D XPoint technology is going to be very valuable on storage devices that currently use PCIe. So our 750 series devices could be improved with Optane memory and 3D XPoint technology. That's something that's very exciting. You can also look to see data center platforms that might start using non-volatile storage as DRAM instead of normal DRAM for places where stable power is a luxury, and keep the server up and running despite certain power outages. Things like that can provide experiences that we couldn't get today. So performance, reliability, those are two of the things that you could see in the data center, and then just awesome performance for gaming and good performance for platforms in 2017 where you bring that technology into the motherboard as Optane memory.
So 3D XPoint technology will be compatible with, or I can say backward compatible with the current gen SATA 3 or PCI based solutions?
I wouldn't say it's backward compatible. I say that you could make devices that would be compatible with their buses. So if you were to design a PCIe device, by nature it's going to be compatible with PCIe. But whatever it is that you're doing to support it internally would require something different. So it's a different memory technology, so you're going to have support for that. But if it's going to fit into a PCIe bus, then naturally that device will be compatible with PCIe bus.
From what we know right now, it will be 1,000 times faster. Wouldn't it be more a plausible situation that you will be coming out with a new bus to render all that power and all that speed?
It could be that you're going to see more and more people moving away from the standard interfaces and moving to the PCIe interface available to them, and possibly using the M2 connector with PCIe.
Can you talk us more about the TikTok, which Intel said that they won't be pursuing the TikTok model right now, and more about that?
What we have announced is we're focusing on three elements. We're focusing on process, we're focusing on architecture, and then we're focusing on optimization. So if you look at how we roll those three out, it no longer is a simple TikTok. It's more develop the process. The process is becoming a significant challenge. Develop the architecture. What is the processor architecture and how does it interact with that process? And then after you figure that out, how do you optimize it? So those three are becoming the focus, and we'll naturally have an acronym for that. We'll naturally have a description for the model, but those are the three scientific challenges and opportunities for us. So TikTok no longer applies.
So, from a consumer point of view, this is not a roadblock, or you can say not a big hurdle which can't be passed over.
I don't think so. In fact, I think it's time for the consumers to catch up, because if we look at how old the PCs are, they don't seem to be too worried about our new products. They're still hanging on to their old ones. And some of that could be due to the challenge of not having given them the experience that really warrants having a new computer. And what we showed you today, we showed several examples where the old PC was really becoming a limitation, and how having a new PC could give you an opportunity to be creative. We all shoot cell phone video, and being able to edit it in a couple clicks and share it would be something we'd like to do, and we would never want to wait for the time it would take an old PC to do it. We showed you some technology you just can't do with an old PC, like playing 360-degree video shot in high resolution. And imagine having a 3D type of sporting event being available and not being able to experience it as you'd like with an old PC, but yet having the experience be very seamless with a 6th generation core. So we'll continue to come out with new products. The consumer is not going to be affected because there's newer technology that's available today that they probably haven't sampled.
Currently, we are seeing Intel with the TikTok model. We saw you going down from like 2-digit NMs to single-digit NMs manufacturing process. How far can we go down in the nanometer table?
I think you'll find Intel will continue to pioneer process technology, and we're at 14 nanometer now, so we've got an opportunity to get to another double digit, and it's too soon to say. Chances are we'll be the right people to figure out how to take process technology, into the next decade.
Talking about small, at the last Intel conference, you showed us the Curie. Is it being used with different products, and what other opportunities you see with that product?
What's interesting about Curie is we can now add instrumentation or compute power to a variety of things that you would normally never associate with compute power. If you think back to the beginning of the presentation, when I showed you in our Intel Anthem video the bicycles that were being used in a sporting event, having those bicycles instrumented with Curie processors means that we can now actually measure altitude, impact force, the number of rotations, and think about where the sporting events are no longer subjectively judged, where the one judge holds up an 8 instead of a 10 as it earned, but you actually can have real data, objective data, helping you with the judging of events, so that it can be a combination of objective data and subjective data.
What is the future of IoT you are seeing right now, and is there a future of IoT without the proper hardware or infrastructure out there for Wi-Fi and wireless networks?
So Internet technology of things is going to continue to grow and inspire new types of networks. So whether it's standard Wi-Fi 802.11 or whether it's ANT or whether it's Bluetooth, you're going to find that however these devices connect, there's another form of networking that they can be connected to. So ultimately, the servers can help analyze this data. Connecting devices together is a way to start getting the data, and then the next thing you want to do is analyze that data. So Our vision in 2020 is to have 50 billion connected devices, and Internet of Things is a huge strategy because it'll help us monitor our world and then start to impact and improve our world.
Thank you.